Hey people, injured here, 3v3 faction war. This is SD Province and Space Marines versus Tyranids. For the blue Space Marine team, Bruce Campbell is a force commander. Very good offense, fighting in melee, some strong disruption and support. We got the Blood Ravens here alongside. Best Noob is a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. Who's heading to the west side apparently. Dark Angels DLC here. Rounding off this team, Dark Riku's Apothecary support hero, fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Ultramarines DLC. Red Tyranids, AssMan is a Hive Tyrant, a very durable hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful disruption and support, begins in melee combat with a basic synapse. I shall call him Emilio. Alongside Ben 1993 with a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist, can infiltrate and disrupt, some powerful offense and a bit of support, snuck all the way through onto the Space Marines natural VP there. And rounding off the teams, RedRe Venge is a Lictor Alpha, a tunneling hero with great mobility, powerful offense and a bit of support, begins with a ranged weapon, lost a little bit of health already. They're going to shoot the crap out of those barrels though. Looks like the Space Marines have abandoned the west side for now, leaving it for Emilio the Hive Tyrant to cap. Going to try and double up against Ben, I suppose. These guys are doubling up against the power here. Riku needs to be careful. Quite isolated from his teammates. Might take this garrison here. Looks like they are. Hormagaunts onto the power. Termagants helping out. These guys not doing much. Come on, fellas. Shoot the gens. Looks like Bruce Campbell is going to come all the way over to the east side and get a pincer flank on these triple Termagants and Hormagaunts here. Techmarine is also in play. This could be very nasty for RedRe Venge if grenades start to appear on the scouts. Looks like they are going to get away clean-ish. Couple of models dropped here and there maybe. Lictor Alpha is kicking some ass in the mid. Almost wiped out those scouts and they had shotguns. Must have flesh hooked one of them. Those tactical marines are also quite close to dropping a model there. Meanwhile, west side, AssMan, who only went single Termagant, going straight into Ravener Brood, is on the power here. So if Bruce Campbell stayed this side, they would have done quite well, I think, against single Termagants with the Force Commander to disrupt the Hormagaunts. But they got a gen down, double tax here for Bruce Campbell. Dark Riku straight into Devastators. A bunch of dead Hormagaunts here. Oh, that was Ben. Ben lost their Hormagaunts on that power. Completely missed that, but there we go. There's the bodies. Evidence. Scouts with a shotgun and Sergeant now. Well, 4 shotguns and a Sergeant. Ravener Brood in play. These guys start off with ranged weapons. Decent mobility with their Burrow Strike and some good damage output. Very popular choice these days in Tyranid Tier 1s. Warrior Brood for Ben, leaping into combat, knocking stuff down. We also have a Warrior Brood for RedRe Venge. There's the Burrow Strike. Looks like they're just backing off here. I don't think they hit anything with the Burrow. Would have knocked stuff back. Warrior Brood very close to dropping a model here. They are Synapse creatures. So if you kill them, you get a Synapse Backlash Bomb, knocking back and damaging nearby non-Synapse creatures. Aside from heroes. If heroes like the Lictor Alpha do not emit a Synapse, they do not suffer from Synapse Backlashes, I don't think anyway. Lictor Alpha is persuaded to leave by shotguns and bolter fire. Now some Devastators of Bruce Campbell. Quite a large early army here for Bruce Campbell on the west side. Heavy bolter sets up. Those guys back off. Hormagaunts need to retreat. They do have adrenal glands. More health, more damage. Hormagaunts, significant, well, quite sizable nerfs in 295. Which should be out very soon at the time of recording this. Maybe it's even out. Ravener Brood on the way for RedRe Venge. There's the Vengeance rounds from the Devastators. Meanwhile, east side, lots of tunnels popping up. All across this east side here. Apothecary went down. Lots of power pressure from the Tyranids early. They are really going for it with the power, aren't they? AssMan with some warriors of their own on the west side here. We go. Jumping in on the Force Commander, but Battlecry was active, so he was knocked over. Getting shot to pieces though, might go down on retreat. Can Emilio get another hit? I think the Hormagaunts got it done there. Flank from Ben. Does not use the flesh hook, did not have the energy for the flesh hook. but does get in amongst those Devastators. A Burrow Strike also came in. Yeah, Raveners do a lot of damage to scouts since they're only regular infantry. No resistance to that piercing DPS. They're going to take down that tunnel now. Not sure how much the power has actually been bashed, but there's definitely been a lot of fighting over there. Tactical Marines taking their VP back. Tier 2 for Best Noob and Dark Riku. Dark Riku dropped their scouts. Best Noob, I don't think, got anything else up. No war gear either. They did get shotguns and sergeant, but lots of pressure here from the Tyranids. It's a good grenade. It's a really good grenade. Warrior Brood run away. If they didn't, they would have been maybe even wiped out completely there. 262 to 495. They should be able to take back the west side, or maybe not. Emilio's still here. They still got Ravenous. They still got a bunch of Termagants. Those guys are off though. Those were Ben's. Yeah, Ben's Termagants. Emilio's getting shot to pieces. Isolated himself a little bit there, Emilio. Devastators with a little touch of suppression, and then they kick in with the Vengeance rounds. Tactical Marines almost wiped out there. I think he got a flesh hook on one of them, Lictor Alpha. Warrior Brood of RedRe Venge. Maybe going for that central VP. Nope, thinks again. Got a Ravener Brood too, of course. Tier 2 all around, although the Space Marine players got there first despite the pressure on their powers. They went for lighter tier 1s in general. Got a Razorback now for Best Noob. Dark Riku already has a Razorback. And scouts are on the way. 226 to 495. Can they deal with the Razorback in good time? Flame attacks on the power from Dark Riku. Apothecary do some decapping. Red Revenge not happy. Shoots the crap out of the Apothecary though. Look at that damage. Has to heal himself and run. Bought a little bit of time though for the Tactical Marines to do this. And I think they're going to get away without a model loss. So maybe not. Maybe this guy will go down. I think they're going to be okay. Razorback is out. And the west side is uncapped. Drop pod coming in from Bruce Campbell for more Tactical Marines. Surely one of them is going to be Stone Guard veterans. Here is Best Noob's Razorback. Now a Devastator Plasma Cannon on the way. Venom Brood for Red Revenge. Expect one perhaps from AssMan, although, yeah, going to get his own Venom Cannon is Emilio. Techmarine is there to support the vehicle, so are the scouts. Techmarine needs to get back a bit, I think. Pushing through though are the Tyranids. Big old mob here. They're using the same colour scheme, so I can't really tell at a glance whose is who. But the Venom Cannon is on the Hive Tyrants, also getting the improved Synapse. Burrow striking the back lines there. Warrior Brood getting in. It's good pressure. Okay, maybe they can get in behind the Razorback. Big old retreat from Bruce Campbell. Did they actually lose models though? They did lose some Marines here and there. Those guys do have a sergeant too. Techmarine is very low. Goes down on retreat. Razorback allows you to reinforce and transport allied infantry. So it's allowing these guys to reinforce around it. Scouts get wiped though. Those are Best Noobs. Fully upgraded scouts, I think. Power bash from the Tyranids. Massive pressure. 170 to 495. Big VP lead for the Tyranids. What is this? Looks like a big power harass, but they are being pushed off. Red Revenge now gets a decap though, or maybe even a cap on that VP. We have Venom Brood up for Ben and Red Revenge now. AssMan with his own Venom Cannon and a Tyrant Guard. Here it is. Coming towards that west side. Triple cap for the Tyranids. Holy crap. Can they get onto the Razorback though? Apothecary does have the customized Storm Bolter. There was a Plasma Cannon shot. Decently done. Can they stop? Can they break out and stop this cap? Very quick power bashing too. Very quick. Yeah, not sure the Tactical Marines want to stand there in that light cover. They're bringing them back to this heavy bolter here. But these Tacks are in big trouble. Oh, maybe not. They stopped attacking them. Warrior Brood's going to drop models maybe from that Razorback. Gonna be pretty close to dropping a model. Venom Brood are chasing. Yeah, they dropped one. So the Raveners get knocked back there by the Synapse Backlash. Anything for the Lictor Alpha? He's got the deadly jump. Razorback is still alive somehow. Venom Brood are chasing. Assault Squad up for Dark Riku now. Got actually quite sizable armies going on, the Space Marine players. 101 to 478 on the VPs. Emilio the Hive Tyrant is capping the west side. Venom Cannon trying to shoot things, but it struggles to hit infantry these days. Used to be decent versus all targets, but it was made much more of a focused anti-vehicle weapon. Both Razorbacks are still up. Stern Guard veterans here for Bruce Campbell with their Hellfire rounds loaded in. Acid rounds doing damage over time to enemy heroes and light infantry such as the Tormagaunts. Grenade misses. Melee Synapse is up for the Warrior Brood, making those Tormagaunts pretty dangerous. I don't think they overextended. They still have some stuff here. Tyrant Guard is still here too. Here's the Razorback. Plasma guns up on these Tactical Marines. Any more plasma guns? Yep, one here for Bruce Campbell. Two for Bruce Campbell, in fact. And the Stone Guard veterans have their Vengeance rounds loaded in. Extra damage versus vehicles and super heavy infantry, which is what the Tyrant Guard is. Crackle bolts on the Venom Brood. Taking models off them. It's a good push, although lost the Razorback. Didn't even notice. Some good damage thrown in from Emilio, I think. Tyrant Guard goes into shield wall, gives it vehicle armor, so these guys might get right in its face and use their Vengeance rounds. Maybe? Yep. Can it out-heal that? Maybe Vengeance rounds has been used already. It's on cooldown, perhaps. East side. Riku still trying to push the power. On it with the flamethrower, but there's a bunch of dangerous stuff here. He needs to run away. Tier 3 for Ben. Gene still a Brood on the way for Red Revenge. Not sure if AssMan got something else up here. Grabbing a Brood in amongst the Stone Guard veterans. Jumping in those, the Lictor Alpha getting on those Devastators, and the Tyrant Guard survived. Here is a relay beacon going up from the Techmarine. Not something you see a huge amount of these days. 5 or 6 years ago, it was all about those relay beacons. They're hugely powerful in 3v3s. They've been nerfed here and there along the way. We do have a Thunderhammer Force Commander. What is this debuff circle here? I'm not sure. There's no Psychic Scream or anything. Oh, it might be Corrosive Claws. Slows you down, and what else is it? Increases the damage they take. Pretty good. Overcharged plasma from the Techmarine. And AssMan is back on that VP. Only 55 VPs remaining for the Space Marines here. Been a very aggressive game so far from the Tyranids. They're doing a good job stifling the Space Marines. Relay beacon is going up now from Best Noob. So they can retreat back to this thing and reinforce off it. Which is handy, as you may expect. Dark Riku is over here now. They are tripling this west side. Just going to stay in 2, says Red Revenge. Ben is indeed in tier 3. Needs some more power, though, to get a big Stompy Khan effects up. Maybe a Neuro Throat would be worth it at this point. Force Commander still level 1, so they can shoot that guy down pretty quick if he gets into the back lines. Apothecary also... Oh, he's level 2 now. Techmarine, though, up to level 4, is very dangerous, actually, with this plasma gun. Pushing through the mid, though, is Red Revenge. Gonna get on the VP and at least get a decap. I think there's those Gene Stealers. So powerful in melee. Just terrifying for Marines, basically. Massive DPS, power melee, and they heal on hit. That's even without Adrenal Rush, making that even better. Adrenal Rush gives them more damage, more speed, and some ranged damage resistance, I believe. Pushed all the way through onto the base, providing some space for the decap. Almost got the cap. Red Revenge does have the Synapse Aura for damage. Who is that down? That's the Apothecary down. West side somehow has turned blue. 44 to 388. Space Marines have a double here. Was that Sneaky Scouts? It was Sneaky Scouts from Dark Riku getting the VP there. They are on to the relay beacon. The turret covering it, can't do it all. Took a fair amount of shots, didn't it? 750 hit points, does go down though. Tyrant Guard doing some special attacks. Lictor Alpha is on the turret there, and it does seem to be getting debuffed. It's going to go down on retreat though, I think, this guy. 1 hit point, yeah, does go down. Tyrant Guard is on the turret, being repaired by scouts and Techmarine. And plasma guns are shooting him, vengeance rounds are shooting him. He needs to go into shield wall mode, yeah. So the Tyranids do get their natural back, and they have the west side. Gonna get a 2-to-1 cap soon. There it is, but it's not gonna last long. Hive Tyrant getting into melee with some tactical marines hit. Does retain some decent melee damage with his venom cannon. Also, still has a special attack. Does attack quite slowly though. Has to run. I think it's gonna be alright. Space Marines have the 2-to-1 cap. Can they build off this? Their power is mashed on the east side though. Dark Riku just took it back. Swarm Lord on the way. Tier 3 for Red Revenge. Tier 3 also for AssMan. Space Marines can't get there right now. Might be one big push with that Swarm Lord, might be enough. Level 3 tax here. Another relay beacon goes up from Best Noob. Whole gaggle of Tyranids in the mid. Might just push through onto that VP, eh? There's a capillary tower being shot at. 41 to 306. Brood nest up here from AssMan. Global ability of the Hive Tyrant, very good one too. Behind that line of sight blocker. Whirlwind on the way for Bruce Campbell. Might be a little bit late for the Whirlwind, but it should still do some work. I think you're going to be facing big stompy Carnifexes that aren't going to care about your Whirlwind. Well, they'll care about the Hunter Killer missile, I suppose. Force Commander still level 1. Can disrupt the G-Stealers very well. But can he stand up to the fire he's going to face? Swarm Lord is up. Super unit for Tyranids. Powerful melee combatant, also provides a speed and melee synapse. You just saw the Hunter Killer missile hit the Swarm Lord there. Big push now. This could be the last fight. Massive amount of shooty Tyranids there. Swarm Lord taking a lot of damage. There's the Leech Essence to drain some health back. Look at that though. It's a lot of nids. Swarm Lord still going too. It's a lot of healing from that thing. Oh, missile turrets are here. These things do a massive amount of damage. Look at that. Almost took down the Swarm Lord. Looks like they are going to swarm the turret though. The Swarm Lord survives. No, he doesn't. I think a plasma gun shot got him. Triple cap for the Space Marines somehow. Big push though. Another Swarm Lord on the way from AssMan. Double cap. They are getting a natural back. Those scouts are being very annoying for the Tyranids. Hormagaunts, they might eat a grenade. Maybe they have already. Someone just wiped out over there. Some tactical marines, I think. Tyrant formation. Wasn't super effective. But the Space Marines took a lot of damage in that fight. 41 to 182. Here comes a Lictor from Red Revenge. Force Commander did hit level 2. Might go down though, does go down. Warrior Brood might need to run here. Some good disruption, should have ran off the disruption I think. 41 to 175, there's the retreat. Hormagaunt staying in play, level 3 Hormagaunts kicking some ass there. But they did retreat too. Here's the other Swarm Lord. Something just exploded. Was that the body of the last Swarm Lord? Maybe. This is AssMan's. Yep, you got to face another one, guys. These guys switching to their vengeance rounds against the vehicle armor of the Swarm Lord. 2,000 of it. He's relatively mobile as well, this guy. Kind of sprints around with 4 bone swords. Down to 27 VPs, the Space Marines, and they are reeling here. Look at their rosters. Another Swarm Lord on the way for Ben. Yeah, Ben's super surprised about the turret damage. Those missile turrets are pretty insane. Can they get the VP? They can get the decap. They're not giving up yet. But they certainly are reeling. There's no tier 3 in sight for these Space Marine players. Force Commander does a special attack and runs away. Just the overwhelming amount of fire they can point at that guy has kind of dealt with the Thunderhammer. Flesh Hook got the kill. Apothecary gets knocked off the revive and is going to die. Double cap for the Space Marines. Again, these scouts doing huge amounts of work here. Look at this. They did the Tyrant formation to stop the cap here. Lictor Alpha is going to take it back. Maybe he should stay there. Oh, look at this. Swarm Lord went to base. He's getting melter gunned. Base turrets won't do a whole lot because they are just piercing rounds. But a las cannon will if he can face the right way. 16 to 148. That should be GG, says Red Revenge. Yeah, maybe. They're right in here. I think they have it. And if it wasn't for those scouts constantly harassing that natural VP, they might have had it sooner. Lots of death here. Swarm Lord goes down. Warrior Brood white. Yes, they do. Holy crap. AssMan lost his entire army here. But it was enough to get the victory. Just throw some bodies at it. They'll all be sucked up in the biomass afterwards anyway. Well, they have it. Had a level 2 Force Commander from Bruce Campbell. Best noob with a level 7 Techmarine, very light tier 1 into the Razorback. The Razorback did do well, but I think the Space Marines in general went a little bit light on their tier 1s. Then the pressure never stopped from the Tyranids. A level 4 Apothecary here. Emilio the Hive Tyrant got level 4. We had a level 4 Lictor Alpha. Did have Menacing Visage at the end. And a level 4 Ravener Alpha. Look at the amount of Tyranids over here that was shooting stuff. It was pretty nuts. Fun game. Massive pressure, massive aggression. Space Marines held in there but couldn't quite break out and establish themselves. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part, and Impregnable for hosting such events. I'll see you next time.